The other option you talked about was like the fat-derived stem cells, which, hey, it's better than nothing. But what they don't tell you is they take that fat, they centrifuge it up to separate the cells from the tissue, and less than 1% of that liquid is mesenchymal stem cells.
Yeah.
So you might get a few 100,000 cells that way, where we just put 50 million in your shoulder. It's like just from a numbers game. It's
Exactly.
yeah. So it's a big difference. We worked with Dr. Arnold Kaplan. He's actually the one that Dr. Riordan did his PhD under, and
Oh, wow.
he advised us and explained a lot of that. And you used to see him at conferences. He'd get mad at the clinics doing it because he'd go, "That's not a stem cell therapy." He'd go, "That's a cell therapy." Because 99% of what they're giving you is different types of cells, 1% mesenchymal stem cells. But, it's the United States, it's marketing. It's
Exactly.
if it's even got a few, they'll call it that. So it's unfortunate. I wish they would open it up to be able to do this. But the problem is the way the system's built. To get this approved, you would have to go first. It's $2.5 million to apply for a new medicine application. And all that does is give you access to do all 4-phase trials of the FDA. And now, when you do all 4-phase trials, you've seen my website. There's like 100 treatments listed, right?
Yeah.
We only get to pick one for the FDA trial.
Oh, man.
So let's say cartilage for knees, because that's the most common thing we treat.
Right.
Well, now it's going to take you close to 10 years, and it can take anywhere from $100 million to $1 billion to get through this process. And at the end of that, you can't patent a mesenchymal stem cell. So you'd just be opening the market for all your competition. So what are they going to do? They're going to undercut your prices.
Yeah.
And you just spent all this money for something like no one's going to come to you for, because you're going to be too expensive. It's a really backwards system, unfortunately. But I think it's there to protect the big pharmaceutical companies that can afford to patent things and do this. So it's tricky.
Right. And I guess the other part of it is the existing doctors in the U.S., they're charging an arm and a leg for these treatments that don't quite fix anything. And for PRP or the adipose, I mean, you can get a full-blown, course of a lot of real stem cells here. And it just, if people actually knew the difference, it's like, there's no way they would choose the U.S. path, except basically because of the information and basically they're not allowed to know the truth, basically. I guess if you search on the internet, you're going to say, okay, stem cells, the evidence has not been proven. But the reality is, if you really look at the people who take the real stem cells, they're getting the actual results, right?